we are a public speaking platform. We encourage public speaking and IELTS. We are holding this session just to make our participants aware about IELTS and let them
Okay.
know how and all they can prepare for it. It's just an introductory session. Nothing like the people here are preparing solely for IELTS, or they are going to appear for academics or general. No, it's not like that. We are a public speaking platform, and we have invited Meenakshi to create awareness among our participants regarding what is IELTS, and let them know how they can improve on it and prepare on things.
Oh, that is great. That is good work that you guys are doing. It is a very good initiative. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Rohit, we think that we people can improve our communication and public speaking just by practicing. Therefore, we have come up with this new idea in this platform where everyone is.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, you guys will please improve your communication skills. So I really appreciate this effort. So every individual should do this.
Breaking again, I don't know.
Now is it audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was saying that every individual should follow this criteria to improve their communication skills, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate your initiative, and I really appreciate all efforts done by your whole team.
Thank you, Rohit.
I hope that I will see you in future sessions also, and please spread it to your friends or anyone who requires.
No issues. I will. Sure, I will.
Rohit, are you preparing for IELTS?
No. I gave IELTS last year, and I scored 7.
Oh, that's a great score.
Now.
Yeah.
Priya, should I call Meenakshi now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm bringing her in. Okay. So Abhishek, I think you are prepared with your questions and all, huh?
Okay, guys, before starting the session, I would like all of you to follow this throughout the session. Please keep your mics on mute when our guest is presenting. And today, for today's session, whatever questions you have, you can ping me. You can send it to me via chat, and I will put it through to Meenakshi. Is that clear?
Yes. Hi Akash, how are you, sir?
Vaishali is joining again and again. I think she's facing some problem. Okay, MG is here. I think I'm admitting her. Okay. All the best. All the best, guys.
Okay,
Enjoy
all
the
the
session.
best to all.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Hi, Meenakshi.
Hi, Meenakshi. How are you?
Hi, Meenakshi. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for your time.
Actually, we are honored to have you here in our platform. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and presenting us with your session.
Absolutely. Actually, this is my passion, so I'm more than happy to share everything that I have.
Thank you so much, Meenakshi. Meenakshi, can we start the session now? Like, is it okay for you, or you would like to check on something?
I am absolutely ready if you guys are ready.
Okay. Meenakshi, we would like to have a short introduction of yours. Everybody here is so curious, like who is the new guest speaker that we have in between us. So, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. So I think I've already sent, hold on.
No, actually, we want to hear things that is not there in the written part. We want to know about you. Yeah.
Well, I've had a very long journey to start with. It's always been related to communication. And I read a lot for fun. I'm actually a very boring person. So if you tell me apart from that introduction what I should tell, I can just very much talk that I love reading. And I was lucky to be on a path to help Indians settle abroad. And it actually hurts me that a lot of us have a lot of knowledge, but when it comes to communication, we have a big problem. And especially, I don't mean to bring in the racism aspect here, but when it comes to the white skin, we tend to change the way we speak. We tend to put on that accent of, oh my God, I'm from US. That is not required if you speak the way I am speaking. And you should be comfortable in your skin. And I see a lot of engineers and CEOs and vice presidents have a problem when it comes to IELTS. So I thought, why not charter a path where I do the best that I do, which is talking. So, I should actually shut up and you should, tell me the problems you face so I can give you my expert guidance on that. How's that?
That sounds really great, Meenakshi. That is all we all like. That is what we all are here for. Many participants have so many questions to ask to you. I think you'll be bombarded with questions today. And we would like to know what made you want to become, what made you to take up this kind of a profession for a living?
I can say actually I didn't choose this path. The path chose me because I wanted to do something in management studies, just like a lot of other students. And more than what I had to share, I couldn't get through management studies. I remember I was late. I didn't know when the exam dates were. And instead of skipping a year, a friend recommended that I go to accounts and finance. And I'm not good with numbers. They always say pretty girls aren't good with numbers. Maybe that applied to me. And then when I went to accounts and finance and I got a chance for presenting a topic on stage, I could see that other students who had a lot more knowledge than me couldn't talk. And I could go on for hours commanding over a crowd of 50, 60 people as if I'm the boss. Whereas I didn't know anything. I could just speak well.
क्लास चल रही है online.
So I think that's what, I realized earlier on in my college days that communication is my power and I should encourage myself to go on to this path which nobody has walked on. So that's how I landed up at JP Morgan, and I didn't wait for being an operations manager. I jumped into training. I started training right at the age of 23, and then went to immigration, went to a lot of government officials. I could slay them all because of the way I speak. I didn't have to worry. And then when I started doing immigration consultancy, that's when I realized that, Indians are so talented. They have so much of knowledge when it comes to cracking some amazing, intelligent exams like UPSC and IIT, and I may not even know that. I'm sorry, that's not my expertise. But I have spoken to extremely talented and intelligent people only to see them struggle with communication. So something that I'm good at, I thought, why not dedicate the entire path to helping Indians with communication?
Well, that was really, really encouraging for us to listen to you and let us know like what are all the things that you have done to become such a, this is a noble profession according to me. Helping people to learn how to communicate, it's a noble profession because as you said, Indians really do have a great deal of knowledge, but when it comes to communication, there is just that tiny part that is lacking in them, and that makes things so difficult for them to go on.
Yes.
That makes me so sad even more. So Meenakshi, let's start the session. Let just let our
Sure.
participants know what you have for us, and then we will definitely have lots of questions for you.
Okay, sure. So, I'll just tell you in a nutshell what is IELTS, right? You must have heard of this, and that's why you called me onto this platform. So, IELTS in short is International English Language Testing System. I'm going to not bore you from what you know from the internet already. In fact, I'm going to tell you that what I learned through my experience. Now, usually you will need to take this test when you're going either for a study permit or you're going to settle abroad in countries like Canada, US, UK, Australia, to name a few countries. Most of the time, we select a native English speaking country because of which this examination is mandatory. Now, I have seen a lot of students and professionals, they will do everything to focus on their documentation and degrees and work salary slips and bank statements, and they will ignore IELTS results, thinking इंग्लिश का तो एग्जाम है, क्या फर्क पड़ेगा, इट्स ओके, दे देते हैं जैसा भी देना है. And that's when you realize that life is different when it comes to government giving preference to the visas. It is given to people who score exceptionally well in this test. So all this while they try to take care of things that are out of control, and that one thing which was in their control, which is becoming an expert at English, they're like, kya yaar, English hi to hai, I'm to an engineer, kaun si badi baat hai mere liye. And then they face the real challenge when they take the test and they get a band 5 or they get a band 4. So all of that ego that got built up is now crushed into different pieces. So in IELTS, what I would say is try to think of improving your communication from a native English speaking point of view. Because when you go there, nobody is going to be there to check you into a resort. Let's face it, nobody is going to be there to, probably give you the road signs on the road when you're driving. And if you're allergic to a medicine and you're not able to communicate with the pharmacist that, these are the medicines I'm allergic to, that is when your safety is in jeopardy, and which is what the government doesn't want. So please don't think IELTS to scam hai. They to don't want only me to pass. They are giving me this horrible score. Pura ka pura system is fraud. I have seen so much of hatred for IELTS. And because it's my daily profession, I kind of burst a lot of myths of my students. And you'll be surprised that I have students that are vice presidents and CEOs and bankers and doing exceptionally well in their life. But when it comes to communication, they don't read, they don't increase their vocabulary, they will fumble if they see a white skin. So I would say from IELTS point of view, don't just go with this, I have to get 6 in this exam. You go with, I want to improve my communication skills because this is a digital world, right? If you have the knowledge, all you want to do, everybody wants to be a YouTuber. Everybody wants to be an Instagrammer. I hate Instagram to an extent where I don't like posting, but I still have to do it because you know what? You got to go with the flow. So for IELTS, I would say whatever are your problems, questions, please feel free to ask me because I'll be the best one to guide you.
Okay. Thank you, Meenakshi, for throwing the light on the path of IELTS because even I have appeared for IELTS, and I know like what it is there. It is not something like really easy. You have to practice for it to crack it. And okay, so we have few questions here.
Sure.
When it comes Okay. When it comes to IELTS, is there any particular syllabus that we are supposed to follow? This is the question from one of our participants. Is there any particular syllabus to follow when it comes to cracking IELTS?
Okay, so let me tell you, it depends. There are two types of IELTS. IELTS academic is for student permit, and IELTS general is for working professionals. So obviously, that syllabus, there's no syllabus as such because this is communication. But yes, for academic, they are expecting you to read long passages because you're going to join a college. They are going to give you a lot of books and manuals to read. So they give you extensive, lengthier passages. But if you're taking a general IELTS, because these are office goers, their work is just 2-3 paragraphs to draft in an email or quickly check the message that they are receiving. So IELTS is actually a very intelligent test right from the start of designing the test. So if you're going to stick to a syllabus, let me tell you that is going to result into a failure. Try to improve your overall communication. So listen to a lot of English movies because I bet there are a lot of movies that you still without their subtitles cannot understand what did the person say. And there is nothing to feel bad about. That happens to me all the time because we're not raised in a country that only speaks English. In fact, we are one of the brightest countries that have the most diverse cultures and so many languages. So instead of feeling ashamed of this, it's better you actually improve your communication in terms of listen to English movies, try to listen to English podcasts, get your accent neutralized, let away your mother tongue influence as much as you can. And there are a lot of apps now. You can record yourself, forget any other app. And I think we are our best critique. We know that, I goofed up here. I could have spoken better. I can do much better than this. You don't need to listen to somebody else. And you should practice every day. So people that take my training, at least I tell them, if you cannot practice for 2 hours, please don't join IELTS because I'm bothered about the result. I want my student to get a 7 band and a 7.5. Without that, it's my name that gets hampered. So practice every day for 2 hours. And go with a set mindset. So before you start practicing, have the guts to actually register for the test. Put that deadline that, yes, this is when I'm going to take the test. This is by when the test has to come as a result. Because if you take a computer-based test, your result will come in 7 days. If you're taking a general paper-based test, it will take 15 days. So a lot of people actually rush things through. अरे वीजा कंसल्टेंट ने बोला है IELTS जल्दी करो तो अभी जल्दी करना है. I'm sorry, it's your money. Each time you take the test, you have to pay 13,640 rupees. They are in talks of increasing this fees to 18,000 rupees. Why do you want to make IELTS rich? Guess what, guys? They are already from a native English country. They're from a developed country, and a lot of our money is going to them. So why not crack IELTS the first time?
Yes, very well said, Meenakshi. That's very true. Every time we take the examination, we have to pay a hefty amount for that. And when we crack it at once, that really helps. And okay, there is one more thing. See, in IELTS, there are 4 sections: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. You know, Indians are very good when it comes to your reading part and listening part. They are very fine with it. But when it comes to writing and speaking, there comes the problem. There are many people who are good at writing as well, but when it comes to speaking, I think 80% of us are scared of it. So I would like to ask, when it comes to speaking, how are we supposed to construct our speeches in a way that is understood and, perceived positively by the other person?
Okay, that's actually a very good question. And in my analysis, I'll just tell you what I tell all my students. That listening, reading, you will be able to get it right. You'll get a 9 out of 9 because it's a technical exam. However, the fun part is writing and speaking is the non-technical side. As I said, IELTS is a very intelligent exam. You can't fool the examiner, boss, मैं रट्टा मार कर आया हूँ, मैं तो pass कर जाऊँगा. Because maybe all your other tests, you have passed it that way. So IELTS, if you are memorizing essays and you are memorizing what will you speak, there goes your bubble bursted right at the start, because your examiner will flummox you or will take you to another topic which you didn't even imagine existed. So the only thing that I would request everybody, not only for IELTS, but if you please read every day for at least 10 to 15 minutes. The more you read, the better your communication. If you are following me on Instagram, you probably know there's one story every day that I post, why you should read. That's your shortest, simple route to clearing a writing and a speaking, because a well-read person will 100% pass writing and speaking without even hesitating, without thinking too much, what should I do to impress the examiner? That should not be on your mind. What should be on your mind is, you know what, I want to up my communication skills and I want to be at par with an American and a British when they sit and invite me on such a platform.
Yes, that's very inspiring actually. And well said, Meenakshi. When we read things, when we read more, that is the key to improve our basic communication skills, and that is the key to, up our vocabulary and communication skills. With the, that is the way how we are supposed to learn things.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I would just like to do a quick time check. If you have enough time, I can tell you something more about vocabulary. But if we're short on time and we got to address more questions, let's go with whatever you are suggesting.
No, we can go ahead, but can we go ahead after 5 minutes, because at 6:35 this session, we have a constraint of 40 minutes and this session ends.
Yes.
So after that, if we go on, we don't have any hindrance of that disconnect.
Yes, I get it.
I think
I don't
we
know
have a question here. Okay, so there is one participant who is asking, if we read on a daily basis, then how it will improve our how will it? Okay, Rohit Kaushan, what do you want to ask? If we read on a daily basis, then how it will improve our reading skills? Is this what you want to ask? Please unmute your mic. Rohit Kaushan, can you hear me? Yeah, he's asking, if we read on a daily basis, then how it will improve our reading skills?
How it will improve? Okay, very simple. Reading is going to be an exam for 1 hour. So if you read every day, your speed of reading increases, because unfortunately what we were taught in school वो गलत है. Okay, in school we were like, don't worry, read आराम से पढ़ो, कोई बात नहीं, दिमाग में नहीं जा रहा है, वापस पढ़ो बेटा. It doesn't work like that. Okay, what works in reading is pick up information faster. You're an adult. Okay, so pick up information, understand, and immediately answer. So if you read every day, you're telling your brain, hello, I need to read 3,000 words in 1 hour. So you better buck up, because जो हम पहले कर रहे थे वो नहीं चलने वाला. It's just not going to work. So please read, because I'm telling you, there are zillion. I can actually take an entire session only on the importance of reading. Because when you tell an Indian Facebook pe duniya bita do, they will do that. When it comes to reading, they'll give me excuses. Project aa gaya, boss aa gaye the, pani nahi aa raha tha ghar pe. And you know, we can amaze ourselves when it comes to excuses. And I'm actually done with excuses. So reading will help you in listening, reading, writing, and speaking. I can just tell you that much. It is a short, guaranteed success.
Okay, I got your point, Meenakshi. Am I audible to you?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So you have answered my question, and in addition, I want to ask one more thing. The moment I read anything, for example, and nowadays I have been reading a novel, and the sentence formation and the structure of that novel is very difficult. The sentences are very difficult, so I have to read that paragraph multiple times so that I can understand it very well. So here I would request you, please shed some light on it, that in one particular reading, how can I understand that particular paragraph at a single time?
Okay, but sure, I absolutely get it. And let me tell you that the problem you're facing is you're not alone. Probably if you
Okay.
give me the novel, even though I am an English expert,
Okay.
I may have struggle in constructing a similar sentence. So here's what I will tell you. For IELTS, don't stick to novels. Novel
Okay.
is good because that is if we want to become a writer. If your goal is just to clear IELTS, you know what do I recommend are blogs. If you actually read blogs, it's an amazing way how writers are able to express their opinion on how is Mumbai as a city, what's the impact of coronavirus, how lives have changed, what are the places, you know, to travel and appreciate in US or UK. So instead of sticking to one novel, which is about 500 pages or 300 pages, you actually read blogs every day. And you read blogs on everyday topics like technology, science. You have traveling as a very important part. You have hometown, you have transportation system, because IELTS will not cover any technical topics. They're going to talk about very generic topics about a person from India going to US. So what are you going to talk to an American? probably your choice of music, probably what is it like back in your country, what is the weekend like. So read on those things.
Okay, got your point, Meenakshi. And I'd
Okay.
like to inform one thing. I would like to inform you one thing that I gave IELTS last year and I scored 7. And in reading, I scored 6.5. So
Yeah.
I'm expecting good score this time. So that is why
Okay.
I seek your advice. And I really appreciate that you guided me very well. Really appreciate that.
I hope so. Yeah. Thank you. I tried
Yeah.
my best. But yes, I'm hoping that you'll clear reading. That should not be a problem.
Okay, so Meenakshi, actually, here our participants are mainly people who fumble with the basic communication, even in their day-to-day lives. They have a little hesitation and they have bit problems with that. So here we have a question from a participant. He's asking, do you care about grammar while you speak?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, and there's another question. When people are just starting to learn how to communicate or how to do public speaking, how to address mass of people, is it how important it is to concentrate on grammar?
Okay. See, without grammar is one aspect which is easily ignored in India. And even if you check on WhatsApp, when we send messages, we don't give a damn about grammar. We're like, grammar tail lene gaya. I am opposite Vada Pav Center, and my person has to come here. So we will just say things that get the message across. So grammar is important if you are talking for IELTS perspective. This is a major pain area for an engineer or doctor or nurse. All the professions have to somewhere take our guidance to help them with grammar. That, kya in grammar? What is gerund, past participle? What is present continuous tense? Isme mera kya? So I get it. I absolutely get your pain area because you're talking to someone who even I thought was not. All these things don't matter in a regular life. Uh, Again, one very simple solution: read English content. So please don't read Chetan Bhagat and think that you are reading something, because unfortunately, we even say tomorrow I publish a book. Please don't read my book, because my grammar may not be as accurate as a native English speaker. Let's accept certain things where they are good at. So if you're trying to improve English, pick up an English content, pick up a native English writer's book or his blog. Or if you're really short of options, go ahead and read from BBC. BBC has been for eons, even before we were born, and it's said to be one of the best when it comes to English. So the more you read, the more your grammar is registered in your subconscious mind. You do not need to pay attention to past participle kya hai, gerund kya hai, because honestly, even I don't know. Okay. And it doesn't matter. As far as you're able to communicate sentences like what I am talking, we're good to go when it comes to overall communication. And if you remember, I was going to tell you one small thing for vocabulary. I don't know when it comes to improving vocabulary. An Indian, including me, I used to think it's all about learning words. Do you think like that? It's all about learning new words. Most of you think like that, right?
No, it's actually utilizing the words, right?
It's utilizing, yes, but guess what? It's not about learning new words because, ever since I was in the 12th grade, I thought I will memorize Oxford Dictionary. So I came home with a pocket-sized dictionary and I said, I'll be, memorizing all the words and my name will come in Guinness Book of World Record. It doesn't happen because I want to tell you something that every 2 hours, there is a new word that gets added in the dictionary. There is no way that you can memorize words. What you should do for increasing and improving your vocabulary, which very well Americans and British do, is improve your synonyms. You know what are synonyms? Synonyms are similar words for things that we know. Do you know another word for table? Do you know another word for day? Do you know another word for pen? Do you know another word for children? So the minute you try to improve your sense of synonyms, an opposite person will say my children, but you will probably say my offspring. I know it's funny, but guess what? Your Americans are using that. Okay, you can watch Netflix and I will tell you words that they are using which are actually replacing our regular words like I am very thirsty. So every time we say very, so try to avoid the word very. Say I'm parched. Or if you want to say I'm hungry, I'm very hungry, mama. So you need to say I'm famished. I could eat a horse. When you say famished, when you say parched, these are simple words that are actually replacing thirsty, angry. So just in vocabulary, your biggest tip is avoid wherever you're using very. And if very was not enough, we Indians have started, I'm very, very angry. Okay. So when you say very, very, it's to an American a little funny, like, are you a kid? And if you're a kid, what are you doing in my country? So try to come up with words that actually share the emotion and the sentiment. And for that, you need to improve your synonyms. It's not about learning words.
Yeah, that was a very useful piece of information because, till there are many people, even I conduct small sessions, they come up to me and ask, ma'am, how are we supposed to improve our vocabulary? Can I do crosswords and learn all the answers in it and improve my vocabulary like that? They are. And even I struggle to tell them, like, no, it's not about learning words. It's like about, replacing your daily life communication skills. Exactly, applying it. So, as I told you, we are a platform that helps people to improve their speaking skills, like the communication skills. So while we conduct our sessions, there are many participants who are interested to know what information would you use to sketch out a speech script, to make that effective speech, to make a very effective speech and to, make your audience really stick to your speech. What kind of information would you use?
Okay, so this is something that I learned in JP Morgan. Okay, and they always said, keep it simple, stupid. So I felt like, why calling me stupid? Like, how dare you? Okay, I'm an Indian, I'm not an American, but what do you mean keep it simple, stupid? So it's actually an acronym for the word KISS. So all the guys, please don't think anything else because come back, we're studying English. KISS is keep it simple, stupid. Okay, a lot of people will say keep it simply stupid So I don't like to complicate my life. I like simplifying my life. So for me, the way I look at that acronym is keep it simple, stupid. So each time I'm trying to complex my speech, I'm trying to make sure the audience should be gripped to me. So I'm going to use a word that I didn't use, but I will fumble when I want to say that in front of a crowd. I may not use words that are going to impress. I'm going to use words that I'm comfortable with, where I'm completely powerful. Because speech delivery, you need to understand that you need to be powerful. You need to be in control, and you should not care. Like right now, I don't genuinely know how many people are looking at me, but I should not bother, right? Because I'm an expert at this subject. So whenever you are designing a speech, or whenever you're creating or writing, the first thing you should do is avoid ambiguity, avoid going in the complex direction, because your mind will give you a lot of cross connection of, and when you realize, it will be repetition of ideas. You will realize that it's the same thing जो मैं बोलना चाह रहा हूँ, but I'm just going on and on. So effective communication is kiss it, keep it short, keep it simple, and just let your message across. There will be moments of silence, right? It's okay. Let them stare at your sexy face. It's fine. A lot of Indians are very scared if there is silence. Um, then there comes fillers and foregons. First things first is master your speech. So without practice, there isn't anything in the world that has achieved. So forget English, but even your Cristiano Ronaldo, or if you're following cricket or you're following your actors, they practice day in and day out. So if you have been asked to prepare a speech, a lot of people will not put in the work. A lot of them have excuses, yaar nahi hua yaar, Netflix mein, and they're busy watching cat and dog videos, by the way. They're busy giving them those zillion views. And guess what? Those people have made their money. Your life is there only. So if you improve your communication, you're actually improving your future, because your kids will learn the best from you. Your life will be sorted. Your job opportunities will be amazing, because MNCs, you will be the first choice. Because let's be very honest, you can train me on a project of metro rails. It won't take me a long time to understand that this is the material, and from here we are going to this direction. This is how you save the cost, and this is how we're going to work on the project. But if you're not able to communicate your thoughts, you're actually struggling everywhere. You're struggling to go to a new environment. You're struggling. Okay, I want to create a YouTube video, but अगर मैं बात नहीं कर पाया तो, अगर मैं गलत English बोल दिया तो, अगर मैं ये कर दिया तो, move, practice, you'll fall. What will happen? Do you think I learned and I was a pro? I wasn't a pro. It just started day in and day out that I have to practice, and I will be the best in the room that I walk in. And for me, it is a lot to do with why we Indians change the way we speak when there is a foreigner that enters our room. And think about it. If you're on the road, and let's say I'm from Mumbai, so I'm probably going to give you an example. If you're at Bandra, or if you're at Carter Road, and you're outside Cafe Coffee Day, and you're enjoying with your friends, this is your country, you're the boss, you're the ace of this country, and you see a white skin who's a Firang, and for all you know, with all due respect, he must be a beggar in his country. He hardly has 500 rupees in his pocket. That bichara is sleeping in one of his friend's apartment, and he's begged him that please meko aaj raat idhar rehne dena. And when he just stops to ask you a direction, can you tell me where is this building? My dear Indian will do everything, will change everything. दोस्तों को भी वो बोल देंगे, चुप, wait, let me answer this question. And oh yeah, you know what? It's straight and go left. Did you get it? It's straight and left, right? Don't worry, no, don't worry. Why did you change the way you spoke? Because that's your complex. You think you're not good, but guess what? You're the best. Because today your biggest CEOs of major big companies are Indians, boss. So if we now don't claim our power, we are always then, we want to be the slave. Then let's not say we want to grow ahead. And don't let this language fool you. This language is fooling you since day one. Don't let it fool you. Don't let it fool you. As simple as that. You're the best. This is your country. You can speak the way I'm speaking. I'm not saying mispronounce words and still be okay. No, I am not saying that. I'm saying have a global accent, which is the accent that you're listening to when I speak. So
Yes,
when it
Meenakshi,
comes
correct.
to your speech, I'm sorry, when it comes to anything, please keep it simple. What you want to say, the power is with you. You stop bothering kaun bol raha hai, kya bol raha hai. Big deal.
Actually, you're correct. This language is fooling us since day one.
It
Like
is.
Indians
And
का
I
एक ये
am rich
in
because of that.
yes Indians का एक ये फंडा है कि अगर तुम्हें अंग्रेजी नहीं आती तो तुम पढ़े लिखे भी नहीं हो.
Exactly.
That is what many of
So,
them think.
absolutely. And you know what? Honestly, okay, fine. I'm very happy by the grace of God that, you know, this language has given me the money and the power. But I don't want to fool my Indian. I want to tell him, please be yourself, because I'm not intelligent, guys. I am not. I don't have a master's degree. I have not done my master's. If you tell me a math problem, probably you tell me 7 plus 11, I will do, okay. I am not good. And when I meet you guys who come to my center in Mumbai and who talk to me, or they do the initial screening, and I hear they are PhDs and they are masters and they are engineers and they are software and computer gadgets friendly, crazy, awesomely intelligent people. I'm like, wow, very good, you know, like this is fantastic. But the only thing that keeps them away from their dreams is this language. And ऐसे नहीं है, you know what? Firstly, let's thank our country that we somehow managed to teach English. जैसे भी टूटी फूटी, whatever XYZ, let's be proud of our schools, damn it, that we learned English in our country. And now let's appreciate that and let's say, okay, you know what? We can improve. And we're going to make all the efforts to improve. But tomorrow we'll not let a Firang come in. We'll not let, so I don't have a problem, okay? I love all countries. I work with all the government officials when it comes to the green card or when it comes to visas and all. I love the country that they have in terms of the technology and the lifestyle. But I want my Indian to be confident in their skin. Because do you know what we do? We're giving our money to them and we're saying, please, humko aane do. do you know that it's not about please humko aane do, it's about boss, I'm qualified, so I'm coming, and guess what, you take my money. Because jahan paisa hai wahan power hai. So please, I have seen a lot of people in green card and all, a lot of people who are investing in the economies outside. They're like, please, we'll get the visa. No, please, please. What is this? Stop begging. Stop being a slave. Okay, because I know when we talk to those people, they have targets. They want X number of people to do the jobs that they have created. Guess what? Without us, their economy is nowhere.
Very true, very true.
You're spending 25 lakh on a student permit there and you still want to go, please. So, today I speak, I don't know, with a lot of you, and I'm just hoping that it gives you the encouragement to read every day, to be the experts that you are. You already are an expert.
Well, that's the level of confidence that we all should have, Meenakshi. That's very true. So I would like you to know what is the tip that you would like all of us to give, as our participants are a bunch of people who have just stepped into the world of developing their communication skills. So what is that last message, conclusive message that you would like to give?
Okay, I would just like to say one thing, that make the mirror your best friend. And what I mean by that is get comfortable talking in English on whatever topic, whatever you are preparing on, right? So if you want to be a YouTuber and if your expertise is health, firstly, any health people, please help me too, because I don't understand how you guys work out and have a schedule and you're fit and you do 50 squats at a time. So if that is your area of expertise, learn, read, of course, because knowledge is power, and then you apply that knowledge. And one thing I would say, that you are your own best critique. So when you look in the mirror, your mind will automatically say that, yeah, Meenakshi, don't make your hair like this. I can just give you my example. Don't make your eyes like so wide because people will get scared. Okay, so when you are used to your skin and you're used to how you look in front of the crowd, then you can focus on what you want to communicate. So you don't need a trainer, you don't need a specialist, because you need to go in front of the mirror and master that, because that person opposite in the mirror will give you mind-blowing feedback, and it's going to come free of cost. But you need to listen, and then you need to overcome. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Meenakshi, that was true. Mirror is our best friend when it comes to, improving ourselves. We are our own best critiques. And we have this platform, Speak Now, that we can practice. After practicing in front of a mirror, we have a platform to practice ourselves and improve on a day-to-day basis. So in this platform, what we try to do is, as I told you, there are people who are really struggling with their communication skills and they are at a very initial level. So they also fumble with engaging their audience, or even to communicate a very simple message to the other person. That is a problem that they have. What they are scared of is, क्या मेरी grammar ठीक है, क्या मैं ठीक बोल रहा हूँ, या फिर कहीं मैंने कुछ गलत तो नहीं बोल दिया. ये सब उन लोगों के दिमाग में आता है. I just tell them कि भैया पहले speak, पहले बोलो, उसके बाद में you can actually correct yourself. You have this platform for that only. So today your session threw light on various aspects, and I guess many of our participants would have learned so many things today. And आज उन लोगों के पास बहुत कुछ होगा कि वो लोग जाके अप्लाई करके देखें, and then next session में they'll be like, मीनाक्षी मैम ने बोला था and we have applied this today.
Yeah, actually,
I'm
I
like
just
eager
wanted
to see
to,
that.
when I got your DM and, I got to know that this is a platform that's helping. Firstly, hats off to you guys, because this is one of the best things you guys are taking. And if you need me anytime, I can put, I can adjust a lot of my schedule, because this is, as you can hear me and the instances that I want to share, it's a lot out of passion. It's a lot out of, I don't want, and especially, the whole lockdown situation and, things that are happening around, I definitely want all of you to, just flourish and just be who you are. So please don't stop yourself, because the major problem we have as Indians is you're judging me. Like right now also, I feel you are judging me. And that's okay. You know what? Big deal. Judge me for all you care, because I have definitely worked on my life and I'm an expert in IELTS. I may not be the best for all of you, so I do have that mentality. You may judge me, but am I going to stop my life because you're judging me? So a lot of you feel, and we are living in this society, constant judgment. You're not achieved anything. You're not married. You don't know how to speak English. You're not settled in life. You're a struggler. You're this, you're that. And these things actually stop us from being who we are. So firstly, don't worry about judgments, because when you are yourself, let people talk. They will talk anyway. Even if you're Ranveer Singh, they are talking about him. Please, go onto his platform. And why I got Ranveer Singh, maybe because he's my favorite, but they're busy trolling him too. So if he's not spared, what makes you say we are going to be spared, right? So please use this platform. It's one of the best platforms you guys have. All of you are learning, and you can share a lot of feedback. And anytime you want me to help you, I will definitely be there for this platform.
Thank you, Meenakshi. Thank you. It means a lot. It means,
Yeah.
and I will surely ask you again to come on this platform and give this inspiring and motivational thing.
Anytime.
Yeah. It was like
Anytime,
a motivation
guys.
also for us also.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah. So thank you so much. We asked
we
you
will
for 30 to
definitely
40 minutes, and now it's going like 1 hour.
Yes.
It's I
No,
hope
totally.
I'm not disturbing.
No. In fact, I left the rest of the day free, but I'm telling you guys, just do it if you need anything, because you guys, whoever are the caretakers of this platform, it is the best platform. Like, hats off to you guys for putting all of this together.
Thank you,
so much, Meenakshi. And I'm sure that we will definitely come back pestering you for one more session.
Sure, I hope that, this encourages you and it doesn't make you fear anything. And I hope I've done my due diligence of inspiring you. I don't know if I have, but I'm right behind you, supporting you in everything that you choose, because let's make all of self, let's have a good teamwork and make India proud.
Yeah.
We need each other more than ever before.
Yeah, more than
so let's be together.
Yeah, surely. We look.
Cool.
Priya.
Cool. Then I'm gonna take your leave. If you guys do, if you have more questions or if you want me to leave, I will be happy to end the session. I can see we have 9 minutes, and then Zoom is going to ask you money.
Yeah. But we Indians are smart here also. We don't pay them. We join after 2 minutes.
Yes.
So one day Zoom will actually don't permit after after one session they will not allow us also. I think that day is also coming soon.
Don't worry, Google has already come up with Google Meet and Google Hangouts, so we have a lot of options.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry about that.
Now they are coming up with more options. Thank you, Meenakshi, for giving your time and for your motivation things and all. It really means a lot. And we will soon bring you again once we have a panel of panelists, and once we have done with all, we will surely bring you again on this platform. Thank you.
Absolutely, that's
Can I
going to
say
be
something?
my pleasure.
Yeah. Mukund, what do
Can
you
I
like
say something? Hi, hello everyone. Hello Meenakshi. So I am Mukund. Hi. So I am Mukund. So I apologize for joining late. I joined quite late, but yes, I did listen some of your points. When I got to know that someone is coming from IELTS, I was expecting that you would give something very technical. Give some lessons, very technical lessons of English. But when I joined this meeting and when I listened that whatever you were telling, you were giving, you were teaching us in a very simple and very basic way. We tend to make things very complex, but it is the beauty lies in the simplicity. So the way you try to convey the message, how the confidence is important, and how you speak in a simple way is important. It has to, and we would like to thank you on behalf of Speak Now, that for your time, for your precious time. We all know that how precious is your time and how much you would be involved in other activities. So thank you for that.
No, that's okay. Thank you. And I actually didn't go technical because I know there are too many things. Don't worry. It's easy. Don't let this fool you. It's easy. If I can do it, you definitely can.
Let's keep something for next sessions also.
Yes, absolutely. Don't worry at all. And thank you for having me.
Thank you, Meenakshi, for your precious time with us.
Sure. Thank you. Take care, guys.